Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic:
which job is definitely overpaid? I'm here for a potential change of career. Go to Wall Street Bets. They can help you become homeless. Or rich. Or homeless. There are different ways of being rich. Some are rich with money. Others are rich with friends and family, still others with a wealth of experiences. Me, for instance, I'm rich on this statement from last month. You're coming to Reddit for a career change? Might as well ask a shaman or flip a coin. The results are back. He should try being a CEO. Whatever you guys are all doing that lets you browse Reddit all day. Paramedic working a few shifts in a sleepy rural town has its benefits. My dad was a firefighter and a typical work schedule for him was 24 hours on 48 hours off. When I was in high school he was working for literally 3 different fire departments. Simultaneously, he wanted to buy a vacation home and retire early. All 3 were quiet suburban fire departments. And he would work a 24-hour shift at one. Leave. Work another 24-hour shift at the next one. Leave. Work another 24-hour shift at the next one. One after another 6 days a week and then take off the 7th day of the week. So 144 hours of work a week. Because the departments had rules about not working more than one 24-hour shift in a row and limits on overtime and such. But those rules only applied to working for their own department. Not other departments. I emphasize work in quotations because, being quiet suburban departments, they hardly ever had calls for anything beyond old people having trouble breathing and shit like that. So the vast majority of his time spent working was just sleeping and hanging out at firehouses. And all of his friends were firefighters. So it was literally just hanging out with his friends all day every day. Even when he wasn't working, he would hang out at firehouses. I think he was making like $200,000 $250,000 per year from the 3 departments combined the few years he was doing that. There's a person at my job whose title is literally assistant to the executive director and makes over $180,000 per year. He does nothing but wander around the building looking for things to write people up for. My boss quit a couple of weeks ago, so they've had me sitting in on a couple of his higher level meetings while they either replace him or decide to give me the promotion I asked for. I was absolutely flummoxed when I realized that every executive in the company has a person whose only job seems to be spending 2 minutes at the start of the meeting reminding them what the meeting is about and why they care. Edit. Just to clarify, when I say every executive in the company, I mean every executive in the company. If I'm sitting in a meeting with 3 or 4 members of senior leadership, it's 10 minutes of assistants going round robin to explain to each of them. I'm not saying these guys should know everything about everything, but maybe they should do the info dump immediately before the call. Sounds like they know the executive schedule and future roadmap better than the executive does. Mine, I get paid $20.50 an hour to watch dirt go by on a belt all day. I am a handyman that charges $50 per hour with a 3 hours minimum. A couple months ago I got a call for service that consisted of changing 9 smoke detector batteries, 2 light bulbs, and rehanging a picture. I felt bad taking the money, but the guy couldn't have been happier to have that stuff finally done. He asked for my card and is now a very good client. Trust me, for many people, including me, you're totally worth it for this price if you're truly good. Once you get paid to do nothing, you realize how horrible doing nothing is. Agreed. I had a job where I did nothing for 8 hours. It was horrible. People with no medical background who decide if your insurance will cover a claim for health services. How about people with no medical background selling pharma or med device? Drug reps actually do make bank. I should have done that instead of struggling through pharmacy school. University administrators and board members. I'm a professor. I love it. But the president's office contains a staff of 5 people with a total payroll of just under $500,000 per year. Meanwhile, all the PhDs, MFAs, and DMAs who teach all the classes, advise all the students, and serve on all the committees bring home a whopping $50,000 $65,000 per year. Dependent on rank, tenure, etc. It's real fun. The president of my institution makes approximately $500,000 per year and is provided a house on campus, alongside reserved parking if he so chooses to use it. He also gets a country club membership. Meanwhile, I have to pay $200 to park at the school where I tar and do research. And I get paid maybe 1/20th of what he does. I genuinely do not understand why the fuck the dude who makes 6 figures doesn't pay for parking. But I do. Edit. That should be $500,000. I was one and can confirm. My whole day job can be done in 30 minutes of concentration. And many day, I have nothing to do besides on call, ensure if anything bad happens. I can delegate it to the correct person. I spent most of my time actually reading lecturer PowerPoint and Reddit for my own enjoyment. I am good at Microsoft Suite and computer programs in general, so that is probably why I can get my job done so quick. I saw my colleague trying to align Word documents with a ruler placing on the computer screen, so there is that. She was always busy with work. I saw my colleague trying to align Word documents with a ruler placing on the computer screen. Could you teach her how to use the software?